Hey there, how you doing today? My name is Sherilyn and I'm here to do your weekly reading. This one is going to be for my Aquariuses, and this one is going to be for Monday, August 4th through, Thursday, August 7th, okay? Alrighty, I'll be back on Wednesday with bonus readings to get you through the weekend. Alright, let's see what we get. This one's for my Aquariuses. Okay. Here we go, from the top. We have Queen of Cups, okay, right there, okay. The Four of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. This is your recent past or your backstory. Currently, I have you with the Justice card, the Two of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. In the near future, we are looking at the Ten of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Page of Cups, okay. Bottom of the deck for this one is the Nine of Cups. So the undercurrent to this entire reading has to do with your wish fulfillment. I feel like possibly you are trying to adjust it. Maybe you've had a sense of wish fulfillment for quite some time, and now you have realized that it needs to be altered in some way. Maybe some things in your life have changed or something, so you're going to adjust this wish fulfillment. So that seems to be the undercurrent here, okay? The card at the center, of your read is the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles in this position where it is right now, I feel like there is a very strong sense of imbalance in your life. So you're struggling to find a sense of balance is how I feel about this. Okay, so we'll see how they play in as we go. Let's start from the beginning, which is the past. Okay, we have Queen of Cups, Four of Swords, and the challenge position is the Wheel of Fortune. So in this line, I believe that you were presenting as the Queen of Cups. So very nurturing, intuitive, maternal, all those things, okay? Four of Swords would say that I believe that what happened here was you stretched yourself too thin or gave too much. You know, you didn't uphold your boundaries as the Queen of Cups. So other people took advantage of that. Anyways, it rendered you in a space where you needed time to recover and to heal in the recent past. And if you look at this depiction, particularly of the Wheel of Fortune, it looks like the Wheel of Fortune stops spinning. I don't know if you can see it, but the person is just sitting there waiting for you. So it's like while this took place, you letting people cross your boundaries or take advantage of you, and then needing time to heal from it, the Wheel of Fortune just had to sit around and wait. It couldn't very well spin in your favor while it waited out you getting through this situation here, okay? Now this is your past. We can't take it back even though we might want to, right? Because it looks but anyways, done now. Okay, so that's it. However it played out, though, affected the rest of your reading. Okay, so here we go forward. Where are you at now? Now we've got Justice, the Two of Pentacles, and the challenge position is the Hierophant. Okay, so Justice being in the opening position tells me that Justice is beginning to play out for you. The scales are balancing, so that's a good thing. We still have this, this surge of you not being able to find a sense of balance, though. So although we have Justice, which is balanced, right? We have you in a sense of unbalance. The reason for that, they're saying, is the Hierophant. So this is something that you are incredibly committed to, a higher level of commitment. It could be a relationship, but I don't think it is in this context. I think it has more to do with a way of thinking or a way of something you believe, you know? You think things should be done this way, A, B, C, blah, 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 or something. And that way of thinking is what is keeping your life in this imbalance. Okay, you're looking at everything very black and white. You need to open yourself to a little bit more of a gray area so you can figure this out, it looks like. On the plus side, Justice is playing out. That's a good thing. But this other part is you being very sold or committed to a way of things, like you're committed to an agenda of how you want things to play out. When as long as you can get to the goal you want, how you get there shouldn't be quite so concerning. I guess that's what I'm saying. That's how I see it. Okay, let's keep going. What you got in the near future? The near future, I've got the Ten of Cups and the King of Swords. In the challenge position, I have the Page of Swords. Or Page of Cups, I'm sorry. Okay, Ten of Cups, that's emotional fulfillment. So that's a big plus here, okay? That's what's coming towards you, it says. King of Swords, this is speaking of you being, this is how you're presenting in this line. So now you've stepped into your masculine. You're about as far from the Queen of Cups as you can be by the time we get to the near future. You've got your sword drawn, so you are somewhat defensive. You are trying to look at everything through a very logical, very, very sensible sort of a lens. You're trying to keep emotion at bay. You're also filled with a ton of integrity. You're definitely dealing from a place of honesty, and you expect the same out of the people around you. So these two cards are awesome, amazing, right? This is how you're going. So you've got emotional fulfillment, and you're still managing to function as the King of Swords. That's awesome. The Page of Cups would be your challenge here. The Page of Cups in this position, I feel, speaks to some sort of an apology. Maybe you have to apologize to yourself. I don't know. Maybe for holding yourself back for so long because you were so attached to this Hierophant, so attached to this higher way of commitment, to a way of thinking. So you held yourself back from moving forward, maybe. Or maybe there's somebody that you wronged along the way here that you need to apologize to, whatever it is. It doesn't seem like a big price to pay for what you've got going on here. So I think all in all, this is, it's a very positive reading, forward facing. So I think you've been through something quite arduous in the recent past, or in the past year. Okay, I think this was difficult, but the difficulty's behind you. You're now in the current and moving forward. So it goes from bad, better, best, right? That's how this is going. So in that context, it's a great reading. Let's see what else we got. So behind the Nine of Cups, we have the Hermit and the Two of Swords. I would expect to find the Hermit here. I think that should be your card versus whatever you have, the Star or something. Should be Hermit, because that's most Aquariuses. The Hermit mode is you're trying to figure out what your wish fulfillment is now. To do that, you've decided to pull all your energy back out of all the situations and try to reassess everything and see where you stand. Basically, you're sitting back there watching the people go by again. You have a real tendency towards that. Two of Swords is you trying to decide whether or not you're going to come back out around the people. You're not going to find your emotional fulfillment until you do. So I think you do decide to come back out, but this is where you're at right this second. We'll get three more. I've got the Fool, the Two of Wands, and the Sun. I mean, the Fool is you taking a leap of faith in a new direction. In your case, with this reading, I feel the new direction is a new way of addressing things, or a new way of thinking. Being less attached to the road you have to take to get to the goal versus, yeah, right now you're very attached to the role or set of events you want to happen in a certain order to get to the goal. Okay? Two of Wands is all about a decision that still has to be made, just like Two of Swords. But on the other side of that, this decision you have to make is the Sun, which is the happiest card in the deck. So, great reading, great reading. Okay, let's see what we got. For Monday, what you got? The Strength card and the Queen of Swords. So that's the divine counterpart to the King of Swords. It is the same person, basically, but in a much more feminine sense. It is still you acting very defensive, trying to keep emotions at bay. You definitely have the strength to conquer any battle that day, for sure. Tuesday, you've got the Seven of Wands and the Devil, so you're trying to defend yourself against the devil on Tuesday. So in whatever form that happens to come towards you, whether that's just something that tempts you or an actual person, you're defending yourself against it on Tuesday. Wednesday, you have the Knight of Wands and then the Nine of Wands. The Knight of Wands would speak to impulsivity, anger, working passionately, going towards something quickly. The Nine of Wands would speak to you feeling wounded by whatever you just did, impulsively. Maybe you're feeling wounded about something that's happened in the past on Wednesday. I think it could be you looking backwards. Thursday is the Ten of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. On Thursday, it would seem that there is a situation where you suddenly feel left out. You feel left out, or you don't feel like you are suddenly fitting into a circumstance that you fit into at one time. Things have changed. The fact that you are feeling left out is what you are viewing as a betrayal on Thursday. Whether it is or not, I'm unclear on, but it doesn't matter. That's how you're seeing it. So just know that sometimes you outgrow certain situations. So that's why you no longer fit in them. You know what I'm saying? If you grow past a situation, you can't still fit there. Maybe that's what's happening here. I'm not sure. But Thursday looks like it could be a bit tough. But for the overall reading, great energy. Really good energy, Aquarius. That's good. Okay, that's what I have for you this week. And no matter what the cards say, go out and make it the best week you possibly can. I will be back on Wednesday, like I said. If anybody's looking for a private reading, just send me a message and I'll get you the details. I will never reach out to you first. If somebody does, that's not me. I don't care what they say. I don't have a backup account and I'm not reaching out first. If somebody does, that's a scam. So treat it accordingly. Okay? All right, y'all. Have a great day. Thank you.